This is Baruch 2:30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Nawashai Bashim Bakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird among the heathens, that look like the heathens, and to the Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm coming at you with another lesson in truth. All right. And this thing isn't about color. This thing is about the Hebrew Israelites, not the black Hebrew Israelites. That is a derogatory term. All right. I have definitions. I'm not going to pull them up right now. But anytime the word black is put before any word, and when you say black this or black that, you're, in most cases, what it means, you're giving it a negative connotation out the gate. All right. And I'm looking at two men who will be ignorantly and foolishly referred to as black, and both of them have brown skin. And still, you get a huge portion of our people who cannot seem to understand that and get a black is a social construct that was created same as white. All right. Kyrie was just suspended for the Nets with 5 games without pay for anti-Semitic things, and he really said nothing anti-Semitic. So by him posting, about a movie that gives plenty of evidence and truth about what he's saying. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can go to TikTok real quick and find this video right here. If I have words with this brother on video before, I don't always agree with him, but he is an Israelite and he is my brother and he is pushing the truth. All right. To a certain extent anyway. Because I don't know what name he's calling on. I don't think he's calling on Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai. But nevertheless, I've done a story on what you're about to see, going back a couple years back when they first opened this new tomb. There was a tomb that was opened up in Egypt, an untouched tomb that had been untouched for 5,000 years. When they opened it up, and it was, during the time of the pharaohs, during the time of Moses and the Israelites, and when you open it up, there's no pale people there. There's no so-called white people images in there. And what you have to understand, this whole anti-Semitic thing, when you look up the definitions, one of the names that they give in there is the Ethiopians. Well, the Ethiopians are son of Ham. They're Hamites. Those are Africans. So let's look at what the sons of Ham look like, and then I'm going to read that definition. But here we go. Let's turn this up. All right, now. Bring it into focus.
Wake Up Black America. He proved that the so-called Negro is the real children of Israel by going through the sons of Ham and showing that Canaan, Put, Mitzrayim, and Cush were all black nations.
Canaan, Put, and Mizraim.
We know that in
or
the
Mizraim.
the children of Israel mixed heavily with the children of Canaan, the children of Mitzrayim or Egypt.
So there we go. That was enough, because he kind of goes off and says a couple other people. He showed you some Japhetic people. One of those was a Japhite. But nevertheless, you get the gist of it. Let me go to this definition now for Ham. Then I'm going to play this short piece here with a little Scrappy in it. Because Jake is starting to awaken. All right, in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. And, the only place you're going to get the 100% truth is from the Great Millstone. That's why they don't deal with us. All right, they don't give us a microphone. And the day that they do, they're going to, edit out all the edifying information and just get the, and try to get the stuff in between to make us look volatile and unlearned. But here, this is a definition of Ham out of the Young's Bible Dictionary. All right. Young's Bible Dictionary put by C. Douglas Young and a group of PhDs. But here it is. This is Ham. It reads, Ham, a son of Noah, father of Cush, Egypt, put in Canaan. All right. The Egyptians were Mizraim. All right. So the Canaanites, remember the curse of Canaan. Canaan is the land where Israel sits today. All right. The Philistines, or modern day what you call Palestinians, they were Africans. You just saw their images in that video. They were not Arabs. They were not Ishmaelites. Okay. And it says, see further on these four, while they all may have been dark skinned, they were not forefathers of the Negroid races, that being the 12 tribes, but rather of the peoples associated with Egypt in the north of the continent of Africa. The Egyptians thought of Canaan as one of their own provinces, even into the very latter time. So what's north of Africa is what they ignorantly refer to as the Middle East, which is actually just Asia. That's where you get that black Asiatic man stuff from. So the Africans actually not only occupy Africa, they occupied north of the continent of Africa, well up into where Iraq and Iran is to this, not to this day, but back during that time. All right, with Syria and all that is, Hamites extended all into there. The Hamites did what you call Africans today. We just showed you the receipts. Okay, so and so they try and the reason why there was something called the Hamitic theory, and that's why they try to make the Arabs. They even say that they are Shemitic, but I'm trying to remember that. I don't have that definition on hand. But when you read up that Semitic breakdown, it breaks down that literally all these people were so-called black. When you really read it, the Semites, they were all people of color. So to call these men that you're looking at on the screen anti-Semitic simply for saying that they're Israelites or they're Jews, the truth is that the truth hurts. And there's going to be a heavy price to pay for saying this, because by saying you're the Israelites, you're really declaring that they aren't. And this society that they're ruling over, this society based upon that lie, and that lie has to be protected at all costs. So let's what the hell just happened here?
I feel like black people is the worst when it comes to criticism. You know what I'm saying? Because they will see all the other races jump on this one black person, and then they gonna go jump on them too, knowing that these people been killing us and they've been doing everything, and then these people say, "Oh, look what he's doing to the Jews." And Cuz said, "Well, black people were the first Jews. We can go in, let's go back." But when he said that, because none of the Jews never want to say, "Let's talk about the." They be like, no, because we don't even know about this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, basically, they never want to talk about the talk points. Why is he saying that he's a Jew? Why is he saying he's the lost tribes of Israel, the lost Hebrews? All right. Let's look up this. I've just grabbed my dictionary, the Winston Simplified Dictionary Encyclopedic Edition. So I'm gonna go to the definition of Semite, and I'm also reading it in that Young's Dictionary Bible that I have. All right. So just want to read it, because the word is actually Shem. All right. I have also a 1925 Bible dictionary that was gifted. And you can clearly see how they purposely tried to lie and because they didn't want to acknowledge that dark races had created all those civilizations all around the Northeast Africa and above it, into the North Africa, into Canaan. So they didn't want to make them Negroes. So that's why they try to separate the Ethiopians from the rest of the Africans. But this one is short. It says the Semitics. Semitic or Semite All right. Let's see if we can bring this into the camera. All right. Let's see. Hopefully it'll focus for us. There we go. It says, any one of the descendants, reputed descendants of Shem. See? The eldest son of Noah, including the Jews, Arabs, Phoenicians, Babylonians, Assyrians. All right. But when you, and now it's also, they include Ethiopians in there and a lot of the newer ones. All right. It says, and all these people were dark complected people. All right. Point blank period. The Babylonians, they were not, the Phoenicians were not light complected people. That is an easy thing. But these Edomites have been trying to claim that for so long with their media, with their lies. But it says, pertaining to Shem, or the Hebrew race in any way, the race is akin to it, as in the Phoenicians, Assyrians, Arabs, Abyssinians, etc., pertaining to the family of languages spoken by a Semite, represented chiefly in modern times, by Arabic and Hebrew, Semitic languages. So that didn't really, hold on. So we're gonna look into this next one. Now let's look into the let's see what it says in this book, in the Young's. Pretty much the same thing. It doesn't say much more. But in a lot of the older ones, when you look it up, and a lot of the newer ones, they'll tell you the Ethiopians as well. There's a couple videos that I have. Matter of fact, let's see if we can find this one. I've been sitting on this one for a while. Matter of fact, instead of me struggling to find it, this brother read it. Let me go to there. Let's find this brother's video. I've been sitting on this for a while. There we go. My man right here with his receipts. Receipts. I like this brother.
They say Kanye anti-Semitic. Let's connect the dots. Receipts. Anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism. It's a noun. Year 1882. Hostility towards or discrimination against the Jews as a religion, ethnic, or racial group. Anti-Semitic.
And he didn't show any hostility at all.
Now, who was the original Semites? Receipts. Semite. Noun. A member of a group of the Semitic-speaking people of the Near East, Northern Africa, including the Arabs, Ethiopians,
there it is.
Hebrews, and Phoenicians. A Jew. Bible, descendant of Shem. Book reference.
So Ethiopians are not descendants of Shem. So that's the first lie. And like I told you, that goes back to the Semitic theory. They didn't want to acknowledge that anyone dark, because they were already pushing this white superiority thing starting in the 1700s. So, in the 1800s, that's when all these doctrines started the Semitic theory, and all these things started showing up. And the whole shooting of the nose off the Sphinx and all the destruction of all the icons throughout Europe and in the so-called Mideast. They were trying to cover up the fact that these civilizations were built up and created by so-called black people, so-called. All right. So that's an outright lie. The Ethiopians come out of Put. All right. One of the sons of Ham. Let us continue. Here we go.
Jew, a Negro. Semitic race. Assyrians, Hebrews, and Phoenicians. Now, what is the word Semitic describing? Semitic, adjective, of or relating to the Semites or their languages or culture, of or relating to or being a subgroup of the Afro-Asiatic language that includes Arabic, Hebrew, Aramaic. So the real Jews are a Jew, an Arab, Ethiopian, Hebrews, Phoenician, and also Afro-Asiatics.
So you saw that. Now that whole Ethiopian, that's a complete and total lie. but it's telling you Afro-Asiatics, the people that were in what they call, remember the Asia Minor, it basically what that is referred to as the Mideast now, and it was only called, and that wasn't called that until the 1800s, and that's just a direction. All right, you got to remember the East India Trading Company, which operated out of Britain, across land. The land of Canaan was midway between India and Britain. That's why it was called the Mideast. All right, and they stuck with that to make it as if it was a certain group or race of people had come out of there, and that's a lie. All right, and then they pushed that lie, and then, so they tried to make the Ethiopians Shemitic when the Ethiopians are Hamitic. They're the sons of Ham. All right, and then and then they also made themselves the Israelites when they're the sons of Esau, Edom. Okay. So let me go to this other video. See if I can grab it. When Ali talks about
at the time in 1958, we couldn't eat in the restaurants in Louisville. We couldn't eat downtown. One day I saw two Africans go in with their robes and their turbans. They couldn't speak English. I heard the man say, "Let them in, they're not Negroes."
You heard that? Now, for clarity purposes, let's play it again.
One day I saw two Africans go in with their robes and their turbans. They couldn't speak English. I heard the man say, "Let them in, they're not Negroes."
Okay.
right. He said, "Let them in. They are not Negroes." All right. With that in mind, let me grab this other dictionary Bible. Like my man said, receipts. All right, this is the Zondervan Dictionary Bible. All right, put together by the Zondervan scholars out of Israel. So this book was put together by Israeli scholars. Okay, and it's funny too that after we, the Hebrew Israelites, not the black Hebrew Israelites, have used this definition so much they revised it, and in the newer versions of this, the portion of this, not the Negroes, is removed from the book now. It doesn't say that anymore in the newer versions, and that's what revisions are. Revisions are used to when they expose and tell too much truth, or they want to change and control the narrative. All right. But on 213 is the definition of Ham at the bottom here. And it reads, Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. Ethiopians are Africans, so-called Africans, not Shemitic. So they lie. These people lie. All right. So the evidence has been brought forth. All right. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises, all honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash, Wa Abba Kwam Yasharala Shalom.